Hi, my name's Amy Thornton. I'm a senior at Texas State University with a major in journalism and a minor in fashion merchandising.
Hi, my name is Shelby Satterwhite, and I'm a senior here at Texas State University, majoring in fashion merchandising with a minor in business administration.
Hi, I'm Camry Laurent. I'm a senior here at Texas State, and I'm majoring in public relations with a minor in fashion merchandising.
Hi, I'm Maddie Boyer. I'm a junior here at Texas State, and I'm a marketing major with a fashion merchandising minor.
Retailers have been obsessed with millennials and their shopping habits, but now they are wanting to understand Generation Z because they are the future of retail. It's important for companies like JCP to recognize the differences between the two generations, and failing to do so could harm them. Generation Z captures millennials' behavioral traits and expands upon them. Millennials are frugal and very careful with their money, and Gen Z isn't just frugal, but they are out to find the best value that they can find. Gen Z looks beyond just what the price says it is to what the retailer is going to do for them in return, such as free delivery or additional services. Gen Z shops online because it saves them time and because there's a better selection. However, a lot of Gen Z does not yet have credit cards, making shopping online not an option. If Gen Z is coming to your store, it's not because they want to buy a product, because they could do that anywhere. Coming to the store solves the problem and allows them to browse, feel the product, and try it on. It really is all about the experience for them. Gen Z has higher expectations than millennials. They were born into a world with ample technology, and when it doesn't get there as fast as they think it should, they think something is wrong. They expect businesses, brands, and retailers to be loyal to them. If they don't feel loyalty there, they're going to move on. It's not about them being loyal to the business. This brings us to millennials still having brand loyalty and Gen Z not having brand loyalty at all.
So one of our ideas is to create a door that goes into the parking lot to separate the salon from the rest of the store. This will give the salon a more boutique style feel instead of having a salon in the middle of the store, which makes guests feel awkward walking through the whole store to get to the salon. We also want to make the wall that separates the salon from the store a window wall so that guests not only in the salon can see out at the items outside the store, but guests that are shopping in the store can see what's happening in the salon and see what stylists are doing and if they like what's happening and think about getting their hair done there as well. We also want to create a good atmosphere within the salon, playing fun music and making sure that all of the stylists love their job and have fun at work each day, so that then translates to the customers and that they want to continue coming back to get their hair done. We also want to decorate the salon in an upbeat, fun way and make it modern and kind of Joanna Gaines-ish, since that's very in right now, and make it somewhere that guests would want to spend time. That way guests would want to come back, and it'll make repeat business more possible so that guests that can then recommend the salon to their friends and then so forth, and you'll get more business that way.
So the next thing we want to do is implement social media utilization. So by doing that, we want to introduce all the stylists to some form of social media. And I think a really good platform would be Instagram. Since Instagram is an outlet strictly made for posting pictures, this is a great way for stylists to showcase their work. So what our plan to do is include each stylist's Instagram handle on their mirror, and it's just simply a vinyl sticker that can be stuck to the mirror, and so people coming in say they just got a blowout and they see the Instagram handle, they can look up the stylist and see their work, and then eventually say, okay, well, I trust this person to actually do my hair after seeing their work. So that lets them become a new potential client. Also, I think it's important that we include the handles at the very beginning, the very entrance of the store, because it allows people that are just shopping in JCPenney to go by and see the handles, and then that is also a reach for a bigger audience. So with the postings, I think it's important that they be relevant postings and they're frequent, and this doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be like multiple posts during the day, but it also doesn't mean that they need to be just one post a week. I think 1 to 2 postings a day would be a good goal. And then also, if you're including something that needs a lot of postings, Instagram stories would be a good idea, because that's not something that's just going to crowd your client's feed. and that's something where they strictly have to like go and click on it to view it. So you don't want to like overwhelm your clients by just posting too much in their feed. And also, this is a bigger audience to reach because you can do things such as like raffles. And I know a lot of companies and stylists do these by saying that you have to tag like 3 friends and then share the video or post, whatever it is. And so this gives you opportunity to reach a different audience and have more of a follow base. Also, I think it's important that you post before and afters because it kind of gives your potential client an idea of what you can do and what you can fix. So it's kind of like if someone's hairstyle was like bad, and we've all had those, and the stylist made it way better, it just gives you better credibility. And so finally, I read an article where it mentioned social media with actual salons, and they said some good things to implement were to do frequent postings, of course, like I had mentioned, and then also to include promotions. But they said something not to do with that is not to include too many promotions, because like I was saying earlier, then you overcrowd their feed, and that's something that is a turn off to your potential client. Also, another thing is to keep your contact information readily available. I think this is good to include in your bio on your Instagram because you don't want your potential client trying to search for your information and then end up giving up because they can't find how to get in contact with you to book an appointment. Also, another important thing that they said to do is to keep your audience in mind and to respond quickly, because if they have a question or, like I said, if they're trying to get your contact, you want to make sure that you can respond to them quick enough where they aren't just turned off by you and have a bad taste in their mouth about you. Okay, and also I read an article and it was about social media in salons. So they just kind of gave a few little tips that were helpful and kind of just ways to improve your salon. And they started off with start your platform small. So it's totally okay to start with Instagram and then virtually build your way up in the platforms. Like I know a lot of stylists use Facebook in order to tell people about their availability, that they are recent openings they have, but that's also something you can do on Instagram. So it's not that you have to have multiple platforms in order to succeed. And eventually, if you feel comfortable with your one, you can always expand. And then they also mentioned that to keep your contact info readily available. I think it's important that you could keep it in your bio on your Instagram because you don't want to have your potential client search for your contact info and then eventually give up and you lose a potential client. Also, they said to know your audience reach and to be able to answer questions and show them attention. You don't want to leave them hanging if they ask you a question that day and not respond until a week later, because then they will eventually give up on you and not give you time. Also, I think they say it's important to be relevant with your postings, and it doesn't necessarily mean you just have to showcase your work. You can also provide tips, you can provide certain products you're using, certain things you do for a rainy day out, just certain things that can also come to a reach with your audience. And then contest and giveaway, like I said earlier, they said that's a perfect way and a good business tactic to go about when finding more audience. And then they said things not to do would be not engaging. Like I said, you don't want to just leave your customer hanging, and you want to engage with them to develop that friendship and that relationship. Also, inconsistent posts. You don't want to go weeks without posting because then they're like, well, I don't see relevant work. And then also excessive promotions. They say do not do promotions too much because that's kind of what I mentioned earlier about overcrowding their Instagram feed. You don't want to get them annoyed where they eventually unfollow you.
So our last topic was going to be promotions. So our 3 ideas from that would be salon blowout bar, product placement, and a salon Sephora collaboration. So for salon blowout bars have become really popular in the past few years. It's a really low risk factor, and people are really willing to come in and get their hair blown out. There's no cutting or coloring involved, just to start building that trust with the hairdresser to get you back in the stores, to either come back in for a blowout or come back in and start getting your hair done there permanently. So with that, it's really low cost. You already have all of the setup that you need to perform hair blowouts, just hair dryers, hair brushes, things like that.
And if you started off promo deals like during holiday seasons and started offering like buy one get one free blowouts or get a free blowout with your purchase, and got some more people in there from that, people are more likely to return back and start building that trust. Our next idea would be product placement. So placing relevant product to the millennial Gen Z generations to get them more apt to buy things when they're walking into that store. So like maybe some edits going on, like for prom or homecoming, get some dresses and shoes and things like that in there just to draw their eye, like the more trendier, like the Project Runway collaboration that y'all have going on right now and things like that, just to get more traffic to the salon areas and get more millennial customers to shop rather than just be at the hair salon. And lastly, we have the Salon Sephora collaboration. And with that, we were thinking offering makeup makeovers and hairdos done at the time of big events. So like during prom season and things like that, you can offer. Sephora already does makeovers for $50 with product purchase, and competitors like Ulta offer updos